is not going to work. You called it, James Lofton.
Yeah, I belong. Not maybe as a starter, but I belong as a backup, and you can make a lot of money.
NFL News Today.
Dumps it off with tight end screen. He's got some blockers, and he's down to the 31.
Russell Wilson is called delusional by a Broncos great. It's no secret by now that things did not go as planned during Denver's brief Russell Wilson tenure. Indeed, the general consensus throughout the league was that Wilson would not be coming back to Mile High City in 2024, even if he was still the starting quarterback for the Broncos in the previous season. That turned out to be accurate. Russell Wilson was let go by the Broncos on March 4th, and he signed a contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers on March 15th, almost 2 years after the Broncos traded Wilson for Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. After 3 months in Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson has still not ceased receiving criticism from Denver. Mark Schlereth, a former offensive lineman for the Denver Broncos and current Fox NFL announcer, has been the most critical of all the media, and he recently went so far as to dub veteran quarterback Russell Wilson delusional and expose his toxic positivity. I believe that when someone is deluded, they believe they can blame 8 million different places and claim that's the reason why anything happened. That's the reason. That poisonous optimism and surrounding yourself with those who essentially tell you, it's not your fault, man. Well, that's not a bad thing. Schlereth stated as much in a recent episode of his podcast, The Stinkin' Truth. The 3-time Super Bowl champion has already expressed dissatisfaction with Russell Wilson's play and demeanor during his time in Denver. Schlereth criticized Wilson back in May, saying that Wilson's propensity to keep the ball for an extended period of time would be the reason Pittsburgh would experience its first losing season under Mike Tomlin's almost 2-decade tenure. You're taking sacks, and you're holding the ball. The quarterback is the main driver of the sack totals. When I consider the Pittsburgh Steelers, I am struck by their amazing record of never having a losing season. You throw the football in 3.2 seconds, with 50 sacks. You won't win games if you take those sacks. But according to The Athletic's Mark Kaboly, Russell Wilson has received extremely strong early assessments in Steel City. The Steelers haven't seen a player work as hard at his craft as Wilson has, according to a team source, since Antonio Brown's formative years. Brown was renowned for the amount of work he put into his game to become the league's top wide receiver for more than 5 years. While some have only observed that Russell Wilson seems to be in a different place in Pittsburgh, others have shifted the blame to Sean Payton, the head coach of the Broncos. In the NFL, Sean Payton is known for being a difficult guy to work with. Ray Fittipaldo of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, hat tip Chris Ward of Steelers Now, adds, so that's another reason I want to give Russell the benefit of the doubt with the Steelers. There are situations when it can be beneficial to simply leave a toxic instructor. Perhaps you find yourself in a better circumstance. Perhaps you can return to your previous location in Seattle. The Denver Broncos' potential quarterback 1. Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback, will eventually be the quarterback of choice for the Denver Broncos, even if it's unlikely that he will make his debut this season. The 24-year-old Oregonian, who was a Heisman finalist, has impressed the Broncos coaching staff thus far in a competition with Zach Wilson and Jarrett Stidham for the starting job. Offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi has given Nix a lot of credit for his performance during his first NFL minicamp. His 61 college games are felt by you. Experience brings with it a certain serenity. According to ESPN.com's Jeff Legwold, Lombardi stated, he definitely doesn't feel like a rookie. There's a threshold for maturity. I believe that you aspire for maturity when you choose a guy a little older, but he has definitely demonstrated that. The Broncos' remarks regarding Nix should be seen with a grain of salt because, naturally, teams are excited to talk about the heights each of their rookies attained during the summer. Healthy competition among this Broncos quarterback 3 isn't all that bad either, considering how nasty the quarterback room was in Denver the previous season.
11:19 to play in the fourth quarter to keep hope alive.